Am I missing anything else here? You can eat the boar when you get the shard. Actually, you can eat whatever Helm of the Dawn, right? Does that work?
Yeah, you can
during
eat
nighttime.
You can eat the Helm of the Overlord even. Yeah. Right? It's the only thing in the game that counters that, which I think was a big part of what inspired.
Is that only during nighttime or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The battle begins.
I believe so.
So it's all about getting...
Now you're making me question myself.
Yeah, I know. I do that all the time. Sorry about that. Boxy's going to ice shard his way onto the low ground, but he's going to be met by Boboka. Going to have some nice blocks.
Yeah, it only targets Ancients at night. So that's the only time he can kill the Overlorded Ancient creep.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, this is a completely out of left field pick. Nobody expected it. You heard Entity, they were not expecting it at all. Stormstormer and Toby, obviously, and I'd be willing to bet that ASTER had no clue this was coming either. So, yeah. You know, that's sometimes surprise picks like this show up amazingly, and sometimes they fall flat. Either way, it's a really creative response here for Liquid, and it's a pretty polarizing carry. I'll say that much. Nightstalker has his games, but he also has games where he falls completely flat.
You are the expert on this hero too.
I used to play it mid. It was a different time. You don't go that build anymore. Well, to be fair, nobody went that build.
What was the build?
I went Earn Ewells.
Oh my god.
It was different. Yeah, it sounds horrible now, doesn't it?
Just awful.
It worked back then.
Your career makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
We are into the game,
Everyone was awful.
Siamese Cat getting pushed out here by Zai, playing the Pangolier. Yeah, talk to me about the Drow Ranger, because you guys all predicted it. Why is it so good this game?
So first of all, you have the Beastmaster aura, which is nice for ranged right-click carries. Secondly, Liquid don't have the best backline jump, right? And it's also just a favorite of ASTER's in this tournament. You saw them play Sniper 2 games in a row. They like playing Monet on this heavy long-range artillery, so it just fits the bill. The only catch that Liquid had until they picked the Nightstalker that could maybe get on top of her is a Tusk or a Pango, which both kind of get countered by Force Staff. So you naturally want to buy Pike on this hero anyway, so it feels good. And that's why we have so much focus on this NS, because I think he has a very clear job in this game that he needs to perform. And if he does get to do that, it could look amazing. So mid lane, something we talked about as well, how well does Lina do against Primal? So far, so good for Mickey. He's been playing a great Lina this tournament in general. He won with it in game 1.
Well, what's the reason that Primal, I wouldn't say he's fallen off necessarily, but he was completely ignored in the first 2 games, I believe. This is a hero that was picked or banned in basically every game in the group stage and a lot of the main stage.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't consider it good enough. It's hard to remember all the drafts by heart, because there might have been some counters in play or other heroes picked that, you know, just bumped his priority down a little bit. But it was pretty surprising to see overall, given how even the later stages of this tournament, Primal's just been like a top tier prioritized hero.
I mean, we even cast a game, I believe it was Ace playing Primal Beast, where like there's 3 hard counters this year, and he destroyed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't even matter.
Oh, top lane, big damage onto Zai here.
Yep, he has a shield crash for that damage mitigation, but it's worn off now. Gets off the swashbuckle with the tag team combo as well, but it's not enough. ASTER strikes first, and Monet is going to get help with this Frostbite from Siamese Cat. Is it going to be enough for a double kill? Indeed. They get 1 each, and ASTER on the board early, and obviously not a good start here for Liquid. You can see what they were going with the swashbuckle tag team combo is extremely strong. There's not enough damage yet.
Drow has pretty decent armor. She's playing with 7 armor in the lane with the Wraith Band. And Crystal Maiden is really good against this lane, I have to say. Like, the slow against Tusk is amazing for countering out tag team. You have Frostbite as a disarm as well. Like, there's not enough in the tank there for Liquid. And it's kind of understandable that I wouldn't say they're desperate, but they're really eager to try to find a kill in this lane, because that's what's going to give them comfort. But that was just not the time. Maybe a level 3 timing would have been a lot stronger for them, with 2 in tag team perhaps, or 2 in the either crash or swashbuckle. See, Zai will choose the crash here. Instant frostbite. He's going to take quite a beating actually for getting that creep.
Gets the swash off, but he's going to lose a lot of creeps to denies, it looks like. Can't really get too close. You can hear Primal Beast just belching in the background. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, you love that.
Up top lane, got the multi-shot coming out. Siamese Cat's in a lot of trouble, though. He's going to get taken out finally here from the Liquid side. As Zai will barely get away. Monet just continuing to get these the CS. He's 16-5 right now versus the Nightstalker, which is Matu, of course, 23-3 in the opposite lane. So in terms of the position 1 CS, it's Liquid favored right now. But obviously kill-wise, not so much.
Matsu's finding some great farm for sure. He has 3 mangoes that he can use during nighttime, which is coming up. That could lead to a chase.
Oh,
speaking of chase,
from Boxy, Monet, he's gonna get the multi-shot off, and they're just gonna turn this around onto Zai. Nice kill for Aster. An attempted TP out from Boxy should be fine.
yeah, that's still, even if you survive there on Tusk, this still feels bad, right? Because you're abandoning a lane with creeps in, that all this experience just effectively going to waste now. Monet has been going to be close to level 5 when Zai returns on level 3. This top lane is just, it's toast for Liquid. This lane is not good, but the other two are going great. So both the Lina as well as the Night Stalker are having a good time. And as we talked about, nighttime now for Matsu could lead to some aggression in the bottom lane.
Yep.
Unfortunately for him, Undying, not the best kill partner during nighttime. He kind of has to do most of the work himself. Doesn't have like a slow or a stun to bring to the table. But at the very least, Matsu will be finding excellent farm down here. XXS isn't doing too bad though.
Yeah, but mid lane you mentioned, Mickey is owning. 38-12 versus Ori's 23-1. So Mickey with the huge advantage as bottom lane. Insania getting gone on for the time being, but basically out of mana at this point. But 3 mangoes there for Moss if he wants to feed his support a bit.
Yeah, it is actually kind of tricky for the NS when you look at it. There's both the Orb of Venom on the Naga and the Boars. When the Boars hit level 3 here in a second, this slow is going to be pretty substantial. Struggle to play as aggressively as you would like. Loving this from Mickey though, in the mid lane, getting half the tower, playing very aggressively with his siege creep wave. Could even choose to glyph it here and just squeeze as much out of this as possible, but we'll choose not to.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We do have the Crystal Maiden setting up, so Ori hitting level 6 from this wave. Pichu is in the neighborhood in case an opportunity opens up, but looks like not the case, so we'll just back off, cover at that angle.
This'll come in handy.
And in the meantime, Monet is just having the time of his life top, just running at Zai. Look at that damage with the multi-shot. Zai now down to 200 health. This, I think, I dare say, might be Zai's lowest net worth this tournament, minute 7.
Yeah, Pango versus these long-range heroes. Any hero that can orb walk is a pain for this hero.
1,600 net worth on Pango to the 2,800 of Beast, so 1,000 net worth difference between the offlaners. And Zai is just not being given any space. He buys a Ring of Health to try to sustain, but he's almost going to get killed off by the Crystal Maiden here. Yeah. Has to back off once again, and it's tricky now for Boxy as well, right? Because where do you go as Tusk? It's hard to gank mid against the Primal. If he has any vision, he can get away with this onslaught.
Bottom lane, we're going to see the Tombstone come out with the Void, but XXS can just TP away, knowing that the Void is on cooldown.
Radiant's
Tombstone used as well, pretty long cooldown.
Yeah, but still, Matsu farming extremely well, and kind of items that we're expecting here from early on. He's going to get, he has the phase boots, going for the armlet. He had the Helm of the Iron Will very early, so he can turn that into the armlet soon. Pulverize onto Insania, trample to follow. Soul Rip's not going to be nearly enough to heal him out of that. And top lane, again, the aggression coming out from Monet. The multi-shot has been owning. Boxy gets off the health salve. It's going to get canceled, but can he get out of this? He pops another one, it looks like. He's still going to live. And Zai is there.
Yeah.
Exists.
That's Pango this game so far.
I mean, is there any consideration? I mean, I know it's elimination game, but to give Boxy some farm and have like kind of a transition into core.
I think that ship has almost sailed. It's 8 minutes in and he has no net worth. So his recovery curve is way too hard, right? He has the lowest net worth in the game.
Oh, nice LSA. Pulverize came in, or Ori still has the Pulverize available. Looks like this is going to be a kill, but the Laguna Blade comes out onto Ori. That is enough to turn this around as Liquid TP in spades. Double kill from Matu. LSA connects onto the high ground. Ice Shards are there as well, and 3 kills in the name of Liquid.
Great punish. Also at the same time felt a little bit forced. I think Ori didn't have enough mana to go for the combo he wanted to. Monet threatening Zai here, will lose vision in the fog and not try to chase.
He has been on 10% HP the entire game, it feels like.
Yep.
But Liquid, like you said, in the other 2 lanes, pretty damn good. They get the tier 1 mid as well, and still with another minute to go on the nighttime for Matsu.
Matsu did get involved with the ult, so once nighttime ends, he will not have that to work with. But with this natural night still happening, he might go for the dive here onto Monet.
Going for it. Monet was slowed initially by 1 zombie, gets a nice multi-shot off. He's going to be stuck by the Ice Shards now. Swashbuckle from Zai to try to get some form of revenge. And Monet falls as Liquid finding tons of kills on the map now.
It's gonna loosen their bot tower. XXS with the Helm of the Dominator will push this tower minute 9, but if Liquid can get this trade top, I think they're pretty happy with this. Like, given how terrible Zai's lane is, he's found his level 6. They bring this down as well. Starting to stabilize a little bit more. And as for Matu's build, I think you go Armlet. He's getting the Shard, which is just a given here against Beastmaster. Probably just BKB after, right? I don't think there's any reason to buy Ags when the Naga is support.
That's true.
You'd rather get some hard-hitting single target.
Initiation on Mickey. Snowball comes in from Boxy, but Mickey taking the brunt of the damage from these illusions. Gets off the Laguna Blade though. Man fight versus Ori, but looks like he's resigned to his death here. LSA not able to connect as Mickey drops to XXS in the end. Zai's Rolling Thunder, not doing a ton here. He's gonna be able to snag the Invis rune at the very least. But we got the onslaught coming in, but no vision. Although Zai will get clipped a bit by the trample.
Yeah.
Now they know there's no
showing up
there
with the Hurricane. Pushed back into Lina for the kill. And they're going to turn this into a tower push. So this is kind of scary times for Liquid. You don't have Dark Ascension for 10 seconds, but at least you have the Glyph. Maybe it's enough to hold this tower. Zai obviously has the Invis rune, which is something they also have to be wary of. They know he has it. He could be anywhere right now. That's how Invis works.
Thank you.
And he's actually going to... Oh, that's an Observer Ward. Never mind. He's not going to respond. He gets some important information that Liquid could act on here. Still no Rolling Thunder, and now he's showing. Roar was faked out.
Yep, gets the swash and shield crash off. He's playing very cocky right now, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of his team is in the area. But XXS is quite tanky, going for the Wraith Pact, of course, after the Helm.
Yeah, maybe you just don't go Helm of the Overlord at all.
Because he can eat it?
Because of NS. Like, maybe it's not worth it.
It's only half the time.
It's a lot of the time. And when you enter a team fight, you don't have Ancients nearby, right? So you bring your Ancient, he eats it, and then... And even if you're using it to split push, you're essentially just funneling in a lot of gold into NS. So I feel like we've seen this before when Night Stalker offlane started becoming a pseudo counter to Beast, that Beastmasters would just bypass Overlord because you're kind of just giving too much over.
Yeah.
So I kind of like this approach. You still want the Dom because it just does that much this early in the game, but don't spend too much net worth on just getting creeps eaten.
Ori on the other side of the Ice Shards. Nicely done from him. But we can see the CM here as Matu able to get the 4-shot off. It's a lot of damage coming out from Dark Ascension.
Maiden, but that's Dark Ascension. I think he was hoping to get a bigger kill on the Primal Beast there, but Boxy's charge just barely too short, not clipping. What a weird net worth distribution this is. Liquid easily have the top 2, and then they easily have 6th. It's which isn't too unhealthy for their lineup, to be honest. If there's a hero in this game that can have low net worth and still find major impact, it kind of is the Pangolier, right? So it's not a requirement for Zai to be farmed. Maybe he's going to go something like a Dagger and just try to find a good ult hero there, or at least eat the Roar for his Night Stalker, which is also really important. Yeah, very close for now.
We've seen games, I think it was at the Arlington Major, Night Stalker. It might have been, was it carry Night Stalker? Yeah, I think it was Saberlight playing, where you get the Shard, you get Midas every game, but it seems that has fallen off. Maybe a little too risky, being kind of pushed down by the likes of Beastmaster and Drought. But will be actually not going Shard first. Has the Ogre Club right now.
So he will go BKB.
The Shard definitely adds a lot of farm.
Yeah, and he
for a hero that doesn't get
can't
much.
be adjusting to XXS not going Overlord because he wouldn't know that yet. So
true.
He just thinks the BKB is the better timing, wants to be able to fight sooner rather than later. And it is a mandatory item in NS carry this game. You can't play without it. He has to have it. Or it's going to get kited too hard.
I'm showing in the bot lane now is you can hear Ori going to town, but not going to connect onto Matu. But the TP is coming in, so Liquid want to defend. You can see the Troll Summoner out and about, got the rally skeletons ready to go. Actually, it's only one. It's a singular rally, not very powerful at all. But Matu defends successfully. And in terms of itemization for Mickey, looks like, I think they're trying to line up these BKBs on both him and Matu right now. Looks like he's already picked it up, actually. So we'll see if they fight a little early on, but Tier 1 tower might get denied. No, not even a chance here. So a freebie for Aster.
Beastmaster with a troll creep and 2 boars. They don't need to risk anything by putting a hero in range of that tower. Just let the summons do it, stand back. And Boxy also doesn't really dare to commit onto killing the summons. First of all, he's terrible at it, but even if he were to try, he could die in a roar. So yeah, you just have to give that one up, but you can look for your own move. Liquid will try to find some sort of opening, and there might be a little bit of a false feeling of safety here with that Hawk finding nobody. Liquid know it's there though, because they have a sentry. But this could open up a potential play for them if they can somehow get the right vision. They see XXS on this ward at the bottom tier 1. But no way to invade.
Yeah, so it's just going to continue to be farm session here. As I should mention, Baboka, you did bring up the potential Aghanim Scepter. It is not a carry Naga, of course, but be able to get the ensnare on the Rolling Thunder. But I mean, it feels like Pango does go Shard every game anyway.
Yeah, then you ensnare the Night Stalker instead, which is
true,
mega high impact. So if he gets there on the Naga, it could be a game-deciding item. Usually support Nagas will not get this until pretty late, but given the map control that Aster have and the way they're playing, if they just keep pushing out these lanes with the Beastmaster, with the Primal Beast, and Naga gets to jungle like this, I mean, you get there eventually. He's been giving a lot of space. You can see Baboka is fully committed to the idea. He buys the Blade of Alacrity first.
Thought they were going to go for Monet, but instead they find Ori, who easily gets out thanks to his onslaught. So gank attempt from Liquid is thwarted.
That's a Dark Ascension. So
yeah, and it's a full 4 minutes until night. So Matu's going to be at a big disadvantage. And
right, Liquid are going to try to put it to use here.
Okay.
So
they're going to lose their tier 2 in all likelihood, but they can get this first Roche.
It's just pretty much the biggest value they could get out of this insult when it fails to connect.
Might be a contest. There's a smoke here from Aster. Zai's gonna get off the Rolling Thunder. It's only been an illusion to start. Baboka looking for the song, but he's getting controlled. Will they be able to keep it at bay? They do! And Mickey gets the Aegis. The roar applied to Zai, but it's really just a delay tactic, it feels like. Gets ensnared on top of this, but Monet Company still want to fight, but he's gonna get Laguna bladed. Mickey pops the BKB, focusing on the CM, but now on the other side of the tree line, taking the right clicks. Looks like he's gonna be the first to fall in this engagement. But Pango died on the other side, and now they're gonna get the Night Stalker. Matu in a lot of trouble with the LSA. He's connecting. He's gonna get saved as a result, or he's dead. Beautiful stun from Mickey. Centaur gets the stun on top of him now. And he's left to his own devices, completely surrounded. The Gust is there, multi-shot, and the axes. So Aster, they get some kills in retribution. Liquid taking the Aegis away in some respect from Aster.
Yeah, what a great fight from Matu that was. Just perfect armlet toggles, keeping him alive 2 times in a row. So at the very least, Liquid get out with him alive, but they do lose their Aegis and the second life on Lina, so can't really consider it a true win. At the very least, they don't need to worry about the Roche going Aster's way in the next minutes, but Aster, I think, still should be feeling pretty good about this overall exchange, considering the song didn't get them the Aegis contesting, and they roared the Pango, I should say, just to save the Naga, so they didn't have this for the Lina or for the NS, which also prompted Liquid to feel strong in this fight, right? But keep a look at Matu here. So first the Pulverize here comes out, no follow-up damage is available, he's frostbitten. Is going to toggle out of this one with Monet's shot midair and the charge.
Yeah,
we're back to
another fight. Hold the horses here, Cinderin. Looks like Siamese Cat's gonna be the first to fall, and now XXS is the one that's completely surrounded, so wrong territory for him. Matu gets credit for that one, and he is very close to a BKB.
Yeah, that was a killing spree, so some extra gold on that one for NS. 100 gold to go.
Still another 2 minutes in the nighttime. So he should have his BKB in his inventory with nighttime still here.
Yeah.
If Liquid want to try to take advantage. Of course, still has Dark Ascension. And does have the Shard, by the way, so has been eating creeps. So I guess he went for the casual Ogre Axe into Shard, and now is finishing BKB.
Yeah. I guess he changed his idea, changed his mind halfway. Seems like a little bit of a weird way to do it, but...
Well, that Ogre Club, it seemed to save him in that last fight.
I guess so.
Extra HP is pretty nice.
Oh, XXS close to connecting the roar there, but not quite.
Blocked that, but yeah, Liquid not wanting to engage, it looks like. Very even game. And Aster showing some balls. I mean, they fought despite not getting the Aegis.
Yeah,
not
and
having
throwing the roar in the Pango, yeah.
Yeah, no roar as well.
But sometimes, even with key cooldowns in Dota, if you have the right angle and you get to take the initiative, it can work. And I don't know if you would consider that fight successful for either team. It was kind of a draw, but you could see where ASTER were coming from. The fact that Pango roll is down is very important for especially the Primal Beast, who now has BKB. So the next fight will be of a totally different nature coming out from Ori. Liquid might choose to smoke here. They are grouping up 4, they will. ASTER in a strong offensive position down here, pushing the tower with Ori in front. They have the ward covering the back angle. And they're going to expect Liquid to do this because of the no heroes on the map. They have the prediction that this play is coming. Liquid do have Dark Ascension, though.
His smoke gets popped. He's going to pop Dark Ascension, but he's the focus. He's going to get roared inside his BKB, so he mitigates a ton of this damage. Now XXS is the one stuck basically on this cliff area. He's going to get right-clicked down quite easily. A nice kill to start things out for Liquid. Zai on the other side here is Laguna Blade's going to find Siamese Cat, so just like that, it's 5v3. Now Mickey pops his BKB, Ori kind of in no man's land. His team still has Song available if they need to pop it, they will. Mickey, his BKB runs out, and the rest of ASTER are going to be able to walk away, it looks like.
Outstanding fight from Liquid there. The BKB usage was just perfect, right? Matsu gets it off before he gets roared, and Ori thought he was going to connect on the roar outside of BKB, so he committed all his stuff to go in on the Beastmaster, or sorry, on the Night Stalker, together with Beastmaster. That play fails, then Beastmaster's isolated and gets killed. Pango, in the meantime, is completely cutting off Drow from the entire fight for like 10 seconds. We're going to see the replay here, so look at this. This BKB crucial, right? Otherwise, Ori plus XXS and the Drow probably just kill off Matsu, but he stays alive. And now Pango on the bottom right is just rolling Drow out of the picture, quite literally, the entire fight until he finally gets to turn around now, but the fight's already over. This play was kind of crazy for Mori. I don't know if he accounted for, if he thought Mickey had used BKB. It turns into a BKB trade in the end, which isn't all the worst for him, but yeah.
2K lead now for Team Liquid. And the Aghanim Scepter for Baboka almost there, 80 gold away, and he'll be able to ensnare the Rolling Thunder, as we've said, and of course, more importantly, he'll be able to reel in enemies, Cinderin.
Yeah, we haven't seen that used very much.
And if we have, we've forgotten about it. I like the concept, but it definitely needs...
It has not been very favored to do in the song.
I mean, other than that, the axe is great. Like, we're going to see here very shortly why that is. Yeah,
so Zai is not buying the shard that Toby talked about as kind of a pseudo counter to ensnare Axe, but he's going Lotus, which is another way of solving it. Doesn't have it yet though, so this coming fight could be a big surprise factor for Zai, where he's relying on going in on the Drow. If he gets ensnared and Drow gets to focus him for a few seconds, he dies. The fight's going to be of a totally different nature than the last one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the downside of Lotus, is it's way more expensive than Shard, obviously, and he is pretty far away.
The upside is he can use it on NS if he gets ensnared.
True.
So that is a pretty big help.
He'll get both, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
As he's actually had to use a tome for himself. That just shows how rough of a game it has been for Zai. As the tier 2 tower is going to go down one way or another as the tombstone is placed. Pulverize coming in from Ori, pretty much full duration here on Sania, but he's more than healthy enough to continue to fight, as now Ori is stuck in no man's land. Laguna's Blade, down he goes as Zai going in with the Rolling Thunder, now applying all the pressure to XXS. He's going to get disarmed for the time being. This is looking like 3 kills very easily for Liquid. Song was available, but still BKBs were up.
I think
Baboka, he might still have to use it here.
It only just came up toward the end of that. He didn't have it to save Ori. I think he could have maybe BKB TP'd out, but I guess maybe Tusk was in range for a punch. But yeah, these engages from Ori have just not worked out the way he wanted it to. He's charging up the onslaught, and the moment he does that, Insania drops the tombstone before he gets jumped, and the follow-up damage just wasn't there anyways. They didn't even kill the Undying to start off the fight, and Liquid make a very easy fight out of that one.
Liquid with a lot of fans here, obviously, now gaining some momentum in this crucial game number 3. Getting this tier 1 tower, but it looks like ASTER wants to try to defend.
They're too late.
They are. Tower falls. Now we have a Silver Edge on Mickey.
At the same time, Drow gets BKB, so ASTER now have another tool against the Pango roll that's been ruining Mone's game so far. Now he can reliably get some damage off.
I got everything off.
Yeah.
Flicking off, dude. They need to get the fuck out. He's gonna TP out on Primal too. Oh, he has no.
I'm running it. I'm running it.
Primal. I'm killing Primal.
Look at me. Yeah.
Looking at side. Kill two, please.
Look at the beast.
Running. I'm killing CM. CM dead to me.
You got this. Still running in.
They almost seemed surprised that he was there. It's like, oh, there's a Primal Beast here all alone. Okay, we'll take it. Interesting build from Matu. After the BKB armlet, now has a Basher, but not opting for a Blink Dagger or anything like that. Instead, going for a Nullifier. Very cool item.
Yeah, is a good way for him to counter off the Pike from Zara if she doesn't have the BKB. Not much else to nullify for now, right?
I mean, if you get it off before the BKB doesn't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
It remains.
I wonder if...
But I feel like Blink Dagger at some point is going to be pretty important for him. But into the Roche Pit, Liquid go. And yeah, Aster have an idea this is happening. They're going to smoke up. Is it going to be too late? No, it's at half HP right now. The Rolling Thunder coming in, mostly on illusions. He's going to get roared right off the bat. They're focusing on the pit now. No Song to come as Mickey gets the Aegis. Song a little bit late. Is there a shard on the ground? There is. But Boca steals the shard. As here comes the onslaught. Looks like the focus is on the Tusk to start this out. The Naga's going to be the trade, so it's a 1-for-1. Matu wants to fight, but a big multi-shot coming from Monet, but a bigger BKB from Matu. And now they're going to get triple kill for Mickey. Aster are dropping like flies. Ori has to BKB. Onslaught to safety. Looks like he's fine, but Liquid coming out on top again in this fight.
Yeah, these Roche calls they've made so far in this game have been absolutely perfect. Again, Zai with the coverage against the Naga rotating in and getting the Song off. And it took them quite a while to kill Zai during the Roar as well, because he has the armor of Lotus Orb instead of the Shard. Makes him a lot tankier against the Drow. So you're going to see the replay here. Pretty much same situation as earlier in the game. The exact same spot, same logic. Song too late. He's like, wait, there's a Shard. So they'll go and grab that.
And he consumed it, by the way. We're going to need to see what the other shards are in this game. I mean, there's a Beastmaster shard that he has not purchased in there. I don't know about that auto-consumption. Song healing is...
It is good.
Definitely, it's not bad, but it's one of the weaker ones on their teams for sure. Yeah, that's very surprising that he
I wonder which the best one is. Like, maybe Drow? I don't know. It's maybe Drow or Primal Beast would have been good.
I think Beastmasters is the best by far, surely. The diving bombs or whatever.
Yeah, the thing about Dive Bomb being a root, right? They already have the Lotus, which I believe counters it. They have BKBs, so I'm not sure if that does enough compared to the other ones, but either way, they now have a Song that heals.
They could have had Rock Throw, for God's sake.
Yeah, I think the Rock Throw could have also been good this game.
I mean, in the pit, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's also amazing for Ori because it gives him a reliable Q that he can go in. Like, if he hits a Rock Throw on, let's say, the Night Stalker, perhaps he has the confidence to get a charge that is going to connect, right?
Yeah.
Which has been a problem for him so far in this game, is going in and actually accomplishing something with his Onslaught, which Liquid have covered really well. They're now going to take the top tier 2, building their lead to now 7,000. With Aegis in the hands of Lina for another 2.5 minutes, you would imagine they want to go and get the mid tower as well.
Yeah, most likely. Wraith Pact almost online for Boxy. And Matu switched it up. Unfortunately, won't be seeing Nullifier. He's going for the AC, which not only makes him tankier and a little bit more right-clicky, but pushing towers is going to be even easier.
Yep.
And for the side of Aster, what are the items that they're waiting for? It looks like for XXS, the BKB is still not there. About 1,000 away from finishing that, but it looks like they're going to smoke into this Aegis. Maybe this will catch Liquid off of guard here. Hawk giving a little bit of vision. Boxy in the area. Not going to pop smokes initially, though.
Liquid kind of know this is happening. They break the illusions here.
Yep. And smoke just pops there. Laboka with the instant ensnare. Wants to get off the Song, but won't need to. They'll just walk away casually. D-warding. Still a little less than 2 minutes on this Aegis.
Yeah. Do they want to use it, though? There's no repositioning from Aster, so you can go and hit this tower with Lina, knowing that the Aegis will be sufficient coverage. Like, you're not going to get swapped into base and killed there and die again, for example. So.
Wait, there's no Vengeful Spirit in the game? Is that what you're saying?
Nope. Yeah, well, that's one of the displacement spells, Shannon. There's more than that.
That's true.
There's no Marcy.
There's no Pudge anymore.
No Pudge.
Sadly.
Yeah. Starting to look better and better for Liquid. Mickey is now solo pushing bottom tier 2. Super confident here.
Yeah.
Knowing where ASTER are. We'll grab this tower.
They're reading the situation very, very right. So tier 2 dead, and Mickey can now, you know, poke at the tier 3 a little bit if he wants.
He does.
Now that his teammates are arriving. We see the win probability right now, 77% for Team Liquid in this game number 3.
Guess what? It was 81 for ASTER earlier.
Wow, really?
Minute 15. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I looked at it. Like, I don't know if
81?
I don't know if
I mean, they were winning, but it wasn't until
Yeah.
80-20. That's wow. Surprising. So yeah, the Aegis looks like it's just going to be expiring the old-fashioned way. And is that because they just didn't have enough time? Is it literally nighttime related, perhaps?
I don't know. I do feel like they could have put this a bit more to use, to be honest. I think there was a way for Mickey to push out a little bit more, but like you said, nighttime might be a concern. And also, if you're feeling in a pretty good control of the game, this is maybe the one way you give ASTER a big comeback, is setting them up for a successful kill in their base into Song and more kills, so when you try to escape. This way you can just keep controlling the map. You're closing in on the AC on Night Stalker as well, so that's going to be a part of the next fight. He's coming out now, as a matter of fact. So yeah, they're just keeping it cool. It's obviously a huge moment for them. This is for top 3 at TI.
Yep.
Don't want to mess it up.
Well, the time has been given out for XXS to at least finish his BKB. He's about to get that as Matu's AC gets delivered as well. So some potential power spikes coming out. I mean, a fresh BKB, pretty important, but it is a Beastmaster.
Yeah, not sure how impactful this is really going to be. It feels like he's been able to get his roar off the last fights anyway. So I don't really know if this is going to be very noticeable compared to the Night Stalker AC, which is definitely a big bump up in strength for Team Liquid.
Scan coming out, it's gonna miss, but onto the high ground they go. Siamese Cat is completely isolated now. He gets destroyed inside with a huge rolling thunder onto 2, forcing the BKB from Monet, as it looks like Baboka will be the sacrifice. So 2 quick kills for Liquid. Tombstone has been expended along with the Dark Ascension. And now the high ground they go. Both supports for ASTER have buyback. Here comes the pulverized BKB from Ori. Instant roar, but there's the Lotus Orb reapplying it. And now the BKB from Matu, able to walk away from the Song relatively easily, but actually stuck inside here. He gets reeled in to the high ground. I never thought I'd see it. It proved nothing. It didn't even matter, Cinderin. Mickey. He's gonna right click a bit onto the tower, but now that the reel-in is down, there's nothing to fear for Liquid. In a 5v4 situation, Zaya with the Basher, so the swashbuckle becoming much more fearsome.
I wonder if he's going to go for Axe next just to ramp up on that, or if he will get another defensive item like Lincoln's. But yeah, another huge moment for Liquid. Die back on Naga. They lost absolutely nothing there, Liquid did, right? Nope, nothing at all. And now they're, again, with the map position they have and the amazing warding they have, they're in a really good spot to maybe get the next Roche. You see this roll from Zai, just forcing the whole situation. Has to BKB on Mane, and that means he won't have that in the follow-up fight here as Naga returns to the fight.
I was hoping we get a replay of the reel-in, if I'm being honest. Really hype. Good initiation from Ori, though. And
they just don't have enough damage. He's too tanky.
Indeed.
Drow is not quite there yet.
Wait, reel in, wait. There it is! Unbelievable! And then he dies. Very dangerous fish to reel in, no doubt about it. As like you said, Roche is probably next on the list here for Liquid if they can continue to have this map control. We won't know for another 10 seconds when it spawns. As now Matu is eyeing the nullifier. Is it just for the Hurricane Pipe? Oh, there's also a Ghost Scepter on Siamese Cat.
Yep.
I don't think there's any Yules though. But still, pretty big counters to both those items. And it's gonna be a relatively late Roche.
AK is so insanely farmed. I just realized he's 150 CS ahead of the next hero in the game.
And he seems to have a double damage quite often this game.
Ori will clean up the wave, still be forced to glyph though.
Yeah.
This should not be underestimated how much this could end up meaning later. Because the Roche will be falling likely before this glyph comes back up, whichever team gets it. And if that is Liquid, that basically opens up for a free tier 3. They'll obviously get another glyph after that, but This Radiant lineup kills towers really fast if Lina gets to just stand and deliver.
Indeed. But
Aster push
Aster,
up mid.
they want to aggress. They're going to find Insania, the instant pulverized gust to follow, but the Rolling Thunder is coming in. Insania is going to live. Now the Roar on top of Zai. They're right-clicking him very easily, but XXS is taking damage as well. So it's a 1-for-1 in terms of the position 3s, but they lose the Primal Beast as well. And no buyback here for Aster as they're left with 3 members. And still 50 seconds on Roche, so Aster will technically, in fact, everyone will be up.
Such an awkward situation to play as Naga Siren there as well, right? What do? Do you use Song to try to save your Beastmaster with the heal? Then you're also saving the enemy Pango. So, or actually, no, he could have Songed, right? He was in roll. I actually think Boboka maybe with the heal would have made the difference, but he was holding on to it.
Yeah, Matu ends up getting the tower here, getting kited a bit as the Linken's applied, but you can see Mickey is the real right clicker here. Fortifications popped.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they're going to reset. They're not even, they're not going to go for the melee. Don't want to overextend. And Roche will be up in 10.
And they do have Natural Night for 4 minutes, so Night Stalker is still very powerful despite not having Ascension. Matu can still do.
Oh, nice Ice Shards. Here comes the initiation. Oh, instant snowball actually ruins it for Ori, but he gets the pulverize off after the BKB. Getting kited to a high degree here, but LSA not going to connect as Matu. Continue the pressure as Zai gets off the Rolling Thunder, and Ori left to his own devices. 1 minute of no Primal Beast. XSS takes the Laguna Blade and takes another death to his name. 5 versus 3. They're going to get the melee racks and likely go for Roche after, although there are no creeps here, so the backdoor protection is enabled.
The wave is coming now, though, so easily going to get the first lane. The question is, are they going to stop there? Mickey is insanely farmed. He's so far ahead. 10K over the Drow.
And now they're going for the second set.
Yes.
Yep, they know that these buybacks are long cooldowns. That's 2 sets, and they probably still have time to go get Roche. Of course, they do have to be careful. We've seen the Song come into play, and it's going to be up in 6 seconds.
Yeah, Matu does not want to go home today. Could have been his last game, but he's 10-0 and 11 on the Night Stalker that his coach said he can't play. So kind of making a point that he can play whatever you damn want.
That's right, and they're in the Roche pit, and Roche has the Aghanim Scepter, which I hope it's on Matu. For the love of God, please.
It will probably be on Mickey.
Damn it. Wait.
It was on... It's currently Zai? Okay, yeah, they want the extra fast chance.
Okay, fair enough.
Also good.
Very good Ags.
We're discussing him buying it himself. Now he just gets it for free.
And look at that, he's top 3 net worth now. Would you look at that, Cinder? And after that rough start, all it takes is some Roches.
He had a great start. No surprise to see him on 3rd here.
And Aster left to be kind of in defense mode, but the longer they're in defense mode, the bigger the deficit becomes. 32K lead for Liquid as they're on the doorstep of securing themselves top 3 here. And that's going to lead to, potentially, if this happens, 3 EU teams left at TI11. And we have Mickey. Oh, the Linken's is already proc, but there's the instant Walrus Punch. Nicely done from Boxy. Huge Rolling Thunder. Down goes Primal Beast again. Boboka's Song gives them a little bit of space, but he's getting controlled now. The Rolling Thunder continuing to proc, and he's dead as well. And now the focus is onto the Drow Ranger. No bash this time around, but Matu finds what he needs. Buyback now into the Drow. Snowball coming in. Walrus Punch to follow. How much do they want to dive here? Freezing Field gets canceled. CM has to buy back into the game. Ice Shards, not enough to keep them outside the fountain, so Liquid forcing themselves to go for the mega creeps. And Liquid looking extremely, extremely good. And we talked about the momentum from the last 5 days. It has definitely continued here today. And on to the throw, and GG is called. Team Liquid move on. Aster eliminated from TI11.
Yeah, we had no idea what to expect out of this game. Some very different drafts. Boboka on Naga, we have Matu on Night Stalker. But the constant that has been working for Liquid so well in the playoffs, Mickey on the Lina again with an outstanding performance. Insane farm, insane damage, output, lane push, the whole shenanigans. He did an amazing job this game. Liquid can be so proud. Top 3 secured. They will know who they're playing against after the next series coming up later today, but I feel like no matter who loses that one, it's hard to call them a favorite at this point.
I was gonna
really scared.
The momentum, we've seen it so many TIs. I mentioned it earlier. This is a team you do not want to play against right now. You could put Night Stalker position 1 for God's sake, and it worked out here for Liquid. Let's go to the panel and see what they have to say about Matu and the rest of Liquid's performance.
Thank you very much, Sunsfan and Cinder. And indeed, Matu's career continues for a little bit longer, and they are making it to the final